a Christian all my life. Just what is a Christian to you?
The first time Christianity was used as a word was in a place called Antioch. You know, that was 700 years after Jesus, as they call him today. As they call him. Antioch. There was no such. Jesus wouldn't know what a Christian was if he called him. He wouldn't even know the name Christos. You don't know, he would know you. And he's going to tell them. They're going to say, didn't we heal? Didn't we preach in your name? And Jesus is going to say, I never knew you. Get away from me, you workers of iniquity. What workers of iniquity? I'll tell you one. Jimmy Swagger. Couldn't you tell by his name that he was going to rob you? Then we got Jimmy Baker. Didn't you know he was going to Jimmy the door open? All these men stood up, had your grandparents putting their foot on the television, trying to get healed, and they were shocked. You know, they were phony. I can go down the list, or I can say, give me a Bible, and I'll do it the old way. You got a Bible, right? Give me a Bible. I hope I can see. You ready? I'm not, I ain't finding it. This is your Bible, King James Version. I don't need it, I can read it in Greek. But if I read it in Greek, you go, huh? They made sure that. I'm going to straighten that out too. Here we go. Matthew 24. Holy Bible. By the way, King James Version. And by the way, King James was not a Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, Pentecostal, Baptist. He was an Anglican. You understand that? In England, the church was the Church of England, called the Anglican. They didn't believe none of the stuff you believe. So please, Christians, stop saying the King James Version of the Bible is your Bible, because it's not. Go get your own Bible. Have your minister master the languages and translate the Bible like I did for my people. That's the real deal. Tell Farrakhan to write and translate an Arabic Quran for the Nation of Islam. Tell the Reverend up there in the church in Atlanta called the Black Madonna, good brother, good heart, translate the Bible for your followers if you for real. Go off somewhere like Christ did in private and spend hours like I did, thousands and thousands of hours translating the book so I can give you the book in the language. I took that New Testament and I translated it in 3 different languages for you. From the Syriac, the Aramaic, and the Greek. So nobody can lie. So they all try to figure out the book of Revelation. And I always say if you knew the language, well, old Reverend Jimmy Swagger can't get up without the language and explain it. Because you don't know what he's talking about. Because you don't know what it was saying in the original language. Okay. And Jesus went out, and this is Matthew 24, verse 1, by the way, not verse 30. That's it, I gotta just jump around in confusion. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. I could go on, say temple, Hekaz, not synagogue, but I'll leave it. And his disciples came to him. They weren't with him. Right? For to show him the building of the temple. Jesus was obviously in a temple teaching. And as he left that temple, his disciples came to him to show him the temple. Start again. Jesus was in the temple. I'll read it again. This is Matthew 24, verse 1. He was in the temple with me. And as he walked out the temple, his disciples came to him to show him the temple. And he just walked out. See, they intended to confuse you with the first verse. He is the that's right. Alright? He said, verse 2. And Jesus said unto them, these are red letters, of course. You know, Jesus talking in red. See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, There shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. The temple they're talking about is the temple in Jerusalem. Correct? That is what it is if you do any research. The Jews are in Jerusalem right now at one of the walls of the temple. Praying. Right now. They stand there at the Wailing Wall, the western wall of the Temple of Solomon, and they rock and rock, you've seen it, and they pray at that wall. Yeah. You with me? Yeah. Did Jesus make a mistake? Because some of the stones are still standing. It said here, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Yet the whole western wall still stands. And we are 2,000 years away. Did he make a mistake? Did he make a false prophecy? Is this an error? Simple question, simple answer. Yes, it's a mistake. I don't like me, I'm sorry. Let's go on to verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, that's how you know the temple of Jerusalem, but the Mount of Olives is right off through. The disciples came unto him. They was already there. So you must have, somewhere here, somebody popped out a couple of verses on you. They cheated. You with me? Are you following this? We just went from Matthew 24, verse 1 to Matthew 24, verse 2, and that matched. Now we jump all the way down to a new paragraph, apparently, in the Bible. And now we have verse 3, and the disciples that were standing there talking to him are no longer there. And here they come. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately. On the Mount Olive, there's a group of them sitting with him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? What things? They forget to tell us what the things is. Don't say the temple, because the temple was a thing. That the temple was before. This is these things. So Jesus must have made some other prophecies here that they didn't tell us. Why didn't they tell us? What's the stuff they stole here? What's the stuff they moved out here? Don't you want to know it's dealing with your soul? Well, ask Rev. Where is it, Rev? I want to know, Rev. What's these other things that Jesus was talking about? How come the disciples were with him privately and they didn't add that to their book? Because if there was other people there, we might have found out. But it tells you this is a private meeting. Why didn't they tell us the rest of the story? I'll tell you why. It'll pop up in here. Don't get mad at me now. I'm just telling you what happened. Please, brother. Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Yeah, they added three things there. What is going to be the sign of your coming? So at this point, they know Jesus had to leave and come back, they was thinking. And the sign of the end of the world. So Jesus' return is not the end of the world. Jesus must first come, and then the world is going to end, according to this. That's why it says, see that you be not troubled in those days. Because the end is not yet. For all is the beginning of the sorrows. That's what the Bible will say. That's not the end. So all you Christians think when Jesus comes at the end of the world, you're wrong. Jesus will be in the world, and the turmoil will be in the world with him. Before the end comes. That's what I was way back earlier. When I said that's the real Jesus, would be all over. Because your Bible says while Jesus is here, evil will still be. That's why how else can he come like a thief in the night? Now if he's going to sneak up on you, you got to be in there. You can't sneak up and everybody see him. So which is it? If Jesus come like a thief in the night, with all eyes will be open. Or these two different books and two different people making mistakes. One part of the Bible says all eyes are going to see him, right? Another one says he's coming like a thief in the night. How you going to be a thief in the night with all eyes see him? You know what it is? They don't have no respect for our intelligence. They just feed us anyway. That's not in the Hebrew text. It's not. That's what they give you in English. The slave master. You with me? You ain't mad at me yet, are you? All right. Now we go to verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed, be careful, that no man deceive you. Anybody catch that?
Yeah.
What is that?
No man.
He didn't say no devil.
Right.
He said no man. Jesus knows the devil's a man. Jesus was not looking for no guy with a hot sauce bottle with a pitchfork. Jesus was not looking for no spiritual wicked apparition like in the Exodus movie. Jesus was looking at the devil as a man and said, watch out that no man deceive you. Why? Before he said, well, you man, could you be deceived? I could be. But there's something else that says. He said, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. I am not coming in Jesus' name, and I am not saying that he is Christ or I am Christ. But there are people out there that are preaching in his name and saying that he is Christ and that they are Christ. How do you want to put the punctuation? It's because he meant either I am Christ or that Jesus, as he's talking, is saying I am Christ. Grammatically, it's touchy when you shift language in translation. You follow? Now, do you know of any group? Christ, Christian, Christian, Christ. Let me ask, do we know of any group of people that's coming in Jesus' name? Christ, Christian, Christian, Christ. It ain't Muslims. It ain't Jews. Jesus is warning you against Christians. And Christians jump over that section in the Bible like they're stepping on hot water. They don't address that point. They just say that means false prophets. He separates the two. Watch. Number 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We are no longer living in an age of rumors of wars. We're living in an age of those wars. So Jesus is somewhere. Like a thief in the night, he is somewhere already here. Not me. Say it again. No, not me. Not Yahweh ben Yahweh. Because anyone who says is going to tell you he is Christ, don't believe him. Anyone who says there is Christ, don't believe them. I'm going to get that in here. Yes.
How you know you're coming up more than that?
It'll get here. Oh, you mean because of female gender? Oh, ain't that cute? I've been waiting for you for 25 years. You know that? I've been waiting for women to stand up here and talk about the woman being in there, because that's right. There is no gender. Jesus Christ could come back as a woman, could be a little girl. There is no promise that he'll be a man in here by gender, because they don't have it in the Greek like that. Isus is not a masculine or feminine word in Greek. You are right. Right? And that would be the best way to sneak them in, wouldn't it? Women are in control. And some of us men, we don't mind. Only a certain kind of man is up against women being in control. I don't mind being a woman, because my mother fixed a better breakfast than my father had cake. That is depending on my father to fix my eggs. If I have a choice of who I want to rule the country, I'd rather be the president's wife than the president. I know he don't know how to make up a bed. If he can't make up a bed, he can't solve the world problems. A woman is supposed to rule us. We want to be rulers. We don't know how to rule. You think men know how to rule? And explain what's wrong with the world. We don't know what we're doing. We're stupid, we're clumsy, we're lazy, we waste time, we procrastinate, we're sneaky, we're shifty. We are not honest. We are not we don't play by the rules we create in the house. And those are things we didn't do in the olden days. Those are things we learned from somebody. You know, we want to shut up when I say shut up. We think it's masculine to have women under subjection. The average American wife said no, you'd be amazed. You said shut up, you said no. What would you do? What? What? No. What? No. I'm not shutting up. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? You know what they do? Women have a fail-safe, you know. Beat it up. Then what? I know, and you don't, man, let me tell y'all women something. We do not know what to do when you say that. We are total lost when you say, so then beat me up then. So which one? That's gonna make you feel like a man if you beat me up? Go ahead, beat me up. Then what? We're like, and women will take you there. They'll say you always thought, we're going to slap me. Go ahead. Be a man. Be like me. Don't be hard. You don't want to look at this face. Ain't that real? Yo, brothers, trust me. Let's transfer the power over to them. Let's do our part as a male part, and let's let them administer things. Let's let them take care. Let's let them control it for a while. Let's trust their intelligence. We'll find out our women are a heck of a lot smarter than we know. But she loves you so much. She loves you so much. She will let you make a mistake and walk behind you, pick you up, and you ain't know why. She will adjust the things in the house, and you think you gotta be careful. Didn't I hope that trip up? You say, sure you did. Everything went fine. We had a wonderful time. She controls the whole affair, but she'll let you have it. Let's be the first group of men that put our women back in power. That's right. Let people wonder why we give our women so much respect. Every man here, start opening the door. You like that, huh? You ready now? Keep going now. Go on, guys. I open the door for my wife. I get out of the car and run around and open the door. Because she gave birth to my children. You know what I'm saying? I get everything. I feel good. And the men look at me like, you serving the woman? Yes. You know what I found out though? Because of the way I treat her? And I was a polygamist. I was a fool. I was a Muslim. All Muslims crazy. Now that I'm a monogamist, you know what I found out? Right. When you respect them like that, they respect you. When you go over women, that's why she's looking over your shoulder for another man. That's why you men are always saying, why are you looking at that? How come you looking towards your brother? How come the party's always talking about brother? How come your brother, she is looking for somebody who don't respect her. But she got a life to live too. Why don't we be the group? Let's call ourselves the group that respects women so that people notice it. I mean, let people say, hey, these guys are over polite to the women. Get the place, the women, like you brothers ran here, grabbed seats. Some men say, make sure all the women are seated first. I don't mind standing up. Let the women have the seats. You know what I'm saying? Let people say, hey. You know what I'm saying? Go to a restaurant, I'll go get the stuff, wait about it. Because in the house, you do the cooking, you do the cleaning. You in a restaurant, just chill out, baby. I got it. Go on over there and get your food. You know what I mean? And stop front when you go to the movie. You go, low life men, take your wife to the movie asking what you want to see, knowing already what you're going to see. Knowing you want to see what you want to see anyway when you get there. They ask her, what on the sign you want? She goes, I think that's what we do now. Then you got all your choose what you want to say. What do you think with that one? And she'll go, that's what I want to see. That's for you. That's the stuff she does for us. Remember, whatever the man put me and you through, she had to suffer to survive with us. Because when he was stripping our manners from us and we was drinking and cussing and feeling miserable, she had to tolerate, take every blow and digest it. And if she stands by you through that there man, you love her to the day you're on die. I mean it. I mean it sounds crazy. But that's all we got left is our women. And our women are staring our children. We got to create a new kind of society that people notice we respect our women. Right. You understand? Is that hard? You all right now? So y'all women, make sure these brothers open these doors for y'all. Don't get out the car. Have them wondering. All you got to do is not get out the car. You know what I'm saying? Go and just sit there. You be like, Door broke? Something wrong with the door? So get on out of the car. Doc said, and you took me to Doc. You the nigga that brought me here. Now, I heard what the man said. I'm not getting out of the open. If you don't, next week when he's there, I'm going to say, excuse me, Doc, is it right here? He may like he listens to you and he don't. Keep standing up, please. All right, where we at? 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Are we not living in a time of famine? You know what that is? Famine? When the crops are not growing right. In the floods right now killing the crops. What is pestilence? Killer bees, bacteria, viruses. All of that's happening. Nations are fighting nations. Kingdoms are fighting kingdoms. There's a difference. See, Saudi Arabia calls itself a kingdom. Remember, not a nation. Remember. You follow? Nations are fighting nations, and kingdoms are fighting kingdoms. We're in these days. We're not expecting no more. Look at better. 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrow. You may as well get worse than this. 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Are Christians hated? No. 10. We just finished 9. About them delivering us up. Our own people are going to betray us. There might be people sitting here right now that they sent here to listen to me just so they can go back and make a report to the man about me. Oh, he's a troublemaker. He stirs people up. He gets black people angry. And they don't feel bad doing it. They know I haven't said one thing against the government, but they will go back and add on to make the white man have their color in. Oh, he said America got the wall. Oh, he said, oh, he won't hurt. He said, oh, white people together. And the black man might get together and take a big old military rally out there and throw chicken bones. I would have, by the time he takes this message back to the white man, I would have hated everybody. And that's how it works. That's why the Bible, that's why Jesus warned us that there's going to be people that deliver us from our own people are going to betray us. Just like his own people betrayed him. You understand what I'm saying? Moses was arguing with his own people. The Egyptians was his own people. You check the history. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. They got me and Farrakhan against each other. You see that? They got Yahweh ben Yahweh and Ben Amin Kala from Israel, 2 Lutheans, one from Chicago, and one hating each other. The Moorish Science Temple, the 5%, they got all of us. And all y'all keep saying, well, all y'all get together. That's all y'all want to know. Why don't you and Farrakhan get together, Doc? The difference is I have offered it.
That's right.
Over and over again. I said, I will sit down with you anywhere. I said, you do not want to debate with me. I'm not boasting, I'm being real. Farrakhan, you do not want to debate with me. But we can sit down and talk on that which we agree on for our people, so we don't look like 2 rival groups against each other. Let's sit down and agree on the things in which we are common about. The only thing I disagree with is Master Farah Muhammad. I'm not worshiping a white man with you. That's all. Everything else about the nation of Islam is beautiful to me. But I'm not taking another white God. You understand? Right. And I ain't passing him off as black or half black, so I ain't buying it. We sit down and solve our problems. They don't want to come near me. I try to meet Siraj Wahaji, the Sunni Muslims. Scared me. Try to meet Yahweh ben Yahweh. Scared me. I sat down with some of the Sunni Muslims. We sat at a table together. He said, Salaam alaikum, alaikum salam, wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa Saying, now what's this conversation going to be? Lord of Arabia with this. I said, the first Lord of Arabia. I know the Quran Kareem. I want the language of Arabic, the language of the Quran. I'm not argue with you in English. Let's argue you and I'm a Muslim and Arab. Let's argue this thing out in Arabic. You know what he said? No. No. Literally, no. So how can I argue with you about the Quran in English? If you're a Muslim and I'm a Muslim, we should be able to debate this thing in our language. No. I said, I can't talk to you then, because you're going to play word games for the congregation. Your congregation don't speak Arabic. And mine does, because I taught mine how to speak Arabic. So we get mad, we get a fight going, because every time I go to black boy, say what that word means, you're going to get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? And so I couldn't do that. So I couldn't reach them that way. They don't want to meet me. You meeting me now? You talking to me? That's not a difficult person to get along with? I'm a very rational person. All you got to do is make sense. When you start getting silly, I say, excuse me, that's silly. Don't tell me when I die, my spirit is going to go back to the sun and bounce off the sun and come back here. Don't tell me that. I mean, if you're telling me that to tell the kids that's a story like Nancy, like the Ashanti tribe stories, Uncle, about the Spider-Man, all right, I'll tell my kids little stories like that. But I'm not going to tell my son and daughter that when we die, a ghost angel is coming to take our souls and take us to some place in heaven and sit us on a chair next to God. I'm not teaching my children that ignorance. I'll teach you that children's stories, but I'm not teaching it as a fact. I'm sorry. That bothers you? Tough. I'm not messing my kids' head up with fiction. So that's why we can't get a good job. Because we go to a job hoping Jesus gets it for us instead of going there with the qualifications. Your grandmother will tell you, take the Bible and pray before you get that job. But that's the kind of man I am. Because I'm a man of fact. I'll say, where's Jesus now? If I walk with somebody down the street and what happens? That in the cars all crashed up, you got a cross dangling around. So you could have did this without this cross. You could have crashed the car without this cross up in here. And Muslims, and I've been in Egypt, and they be crashed up, and Arabic be all inside the cars all crashed up, people all bleeding and stuff like this. Shoot. You could have took this stuff out there and put satanic symbols in there and had this happen to you. That's what I'm called a real person. And they don't want a real man. They don't want a person who wants to talk to them straight up. They want people to know them and pep them up and give them false hope and hum with them. Let's go sit in a circle and think. Allah. Tell me that Allah. How do you do that? I'm that kind of person. I can't help it. I'm the kind of person. How long are we going to be doing this high thing? Is something going to happen? I mean, if I keep hiding, the law will walk in. You know, but I'm going to see that with you on the voice. Hours now. Listen, I'm going to go back. I'll see you later. Because when it comes down to go to the bathroom, God don't make no exceptions. Every Sufi, the Pope can be up there giving a service. He can be up there. I know Dominic, he goes there. I know Domino's holy. That's right. When the bathroom calls whether God is there or not. Those are realities. And when you have a religion that says, while you're praying like a Muslim, if you have an excrete flatus, which is a fart for those who don't know, or any of those other things, you broke your prayer. And if God don't know, he fart. And he gave us our respiratory, our digestive systems. You understand what I'm saying? I can't see it as fact. If God is in total control and understands everything about me, don't tell me when a woman is ministrating she's unclean, and you're telling me this is a process for cleaning yourself? That don't make sense. Women got to pray in the back. I'm with you now. Alright? In the Muslim world, women pray in the back, men pray in the front. In the Muslim world, it's all right if a woman don't come to Salatul Jummah, the Friday, which is like the Sabbath there, the holy day. And she don't have to come. That's what I say. Why? Women got to walk around in veils because God said so. Yet God gave them their nose, their mouth, their lips, and their eyes. God gave them their beauty. And then God tells them to cover their beauty up. But he changed his mind, he made a mistake. And we can as Muslims, and I was, able to write all kinds of stories of why he did it well. Because see, Abraham went into Egypt and everybody wanted Sarah. You know what I'm saying? And they would see Sarah, so they said, cover So every man in Egypt don't want 7. Okay. So what about the ugly Muslim women? Nobody. I'll call you in the car and say, and all the pretty women cover yourself, and all the ugly women you don't have to cover yourself. And then who decides who's pretty and who's ugly? Right? Yeah, okay. How you do? If your nose is more than 5 inches, if your lips drag on the ground, if one of your eyes don't work, because when you cry, the tears go down your back. And more than likely, you ugly. Cover that up. Who's going to make that decision? How can this book be from God and make such unnatural decisions? That's the reality that struck me as a Muslim. Not trying to, as being born a Muslim, I tried to hide it in my belief system. You know, I wanted to believe it because, it's pretty. I mean, it's beautiful in here, the Quran. You ever heard the Quran? قل أعوذ بالله من الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Beautiful stuff. But someone who's an angel. And he ain't singing about God. He's singing about something that's happening right now. Love. He's saying about what we need more than praising God. We got to identify with loving each other first. So if we don't love each other, we can't possibly love God. So they got us directing our attention away from humanity and its spirits and spooks and goblins. When these same people hate each other on earth. The same thing. Muslims hate Christians. Christians hate Jews. If you don't think so, you just turn on the news any night and watch them over in Palestine killing each other up because they have different religious beliefs. Religion teaches people to hate each other. It gives you a sense of self-righteousness. I'm all right and you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying I'm in right knowledge because I investigate to find out what's right. And many fall into, and 11, you should do that, because then many shall be betrayed over there, right? Offended and betrayed. 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. We got all kind of people. The telephone lines are full of psychics. And they're going to tell you about your future and your past. I have a test for psychics. You know what that test is? If you were really my psychic, I wouldn't have to call you. You would know my number. Before you ask them about some stuff they can fabricate, ask them what ring your finger's on. Switch fingers. You say, now I'm talking to you because you're spiritually in tune with me. All I want to know is what ring my finger's on.
What ring?
Exactly. How many children do I have? I'm about legitimate and the word psychic breaks down to lying woman. Psychic means to lie and chick. It's figurative of a female. This is what the Bible told us we're going to watch out for in the latter day. They tell you can get 3 times and they can hold you on the line for 5 minutes. Then from then on, you got to pay. But it costs 3 times as much after the 5 minutes as it would on a normal call. You did not get 3 times. So they lied to you right up front. And what they're going to tell you? Well, your life is going to get better. Here's one that's real good. There's an elder person in your family who's a little ill. You go, true. Who don't have somebody old in their family? They say, now, that man, if you wait for your eyes to give him that cue, that man is that, I don't have a man. That's right. That man is going to be in your life. I have a man. That man is in your life. You and him are having some hard times right now. Hard times can mean your relationship, the money ain't paid. It's a selection of words. The Lord, you understand, well, that's a hard time. Okay, wow, we got a lot of because that's money. I see money in there. There's something wrong with money. Who don't got money for? It's lies. This is the book we're telling you to watch out for. People with false prophecies. Now, they can call me a false prophet if you want to. Because I don't claim to be a prophet. I'm not a prophet. But everything I tell you is going to come to pass, comes to pass, because I follow the word. And I read it in my word. I quote something and show you where it's at in the scripture and bring it in the Bible. I go with all the scriptures, not just this little book. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But call me a false prophet if you want. I don't care. Because I'm telling you, this I told you on New Year's night that this is the year of death. Has it been a year? We haven't got out of 3 months. And death, people are killing children, burning up, buildings blown up, bombs falling out the window. I'm saying, I told y'all last year it's going to be the worst building you have in 50 years. Is it not true? I'm afraid to tell you this. Sometimes the visions frighten me because you don't just see them, you live them. You got to walk, they take you through them. And it's frightening sometimes. You have to come back and you can't tell people that. People panic. But the good news too is here. I'll tell you about that in one of these. Okay, 12. And because your iniquities shall abound, the love of many shall be waxed cold. Iniquities means evilness. Because evilness is going to be so big, people's hearts are going to be waxed cold. So when you come to them with the truth, they're going to say, I didn't hear so much, everything sounds good. Their hearts are covered now. By the time we come on the scene now with truth, nobody don't believe us. And everything we say makes sense. They can check it out, look it up, they still don't believe it. Because the devil has managed to get there before we did and tell our people so many lies, they don't know who to trust no more. And I'm the guy that comes along and says what? Don't trust none of us. Any preacher or teacher that stands in the way, don't trust him, question him. But he's really bona fide, he'll be able to stand in question. And he's a phony, he won't be able to. Ask your Reverend, can you read Greek words? No, why not, bro? If you was appointed to read for us, I thought you can't read, man. What are you doing up there that I can't do myself? You know, they'll just call you a blasphemer and throw you out the church. But he's worried about his Cadillac. That's all he's thinking about. That congregation, the power. Well, now, take the truth to the congregation, and they'll still take care of you. But they'll take care of you not because you are deceiving them, they'll take care of you because you're doing right by them. And I told them before, I've never asked them to take care of me. If you put an article out, support the Lamb in his retirement, get that stuff out of the paper. I ain't dead yet, what you trying to do? Exactly like I was dead. Support the Lamb in his retirement. They put in all the books. Some still alive, I'm still kicking. The time is just being fresh and I'm laying in the bed going, and waiting for the thing to go, I'm still running around like a crazy man. Let me go ahead.
Glad you are too.
Thank you. 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Those who don't give it up, who struggle to go through that faith, whether you are Christian, Jew, but you kept your faith and you last to the end, you'll be saved. You understand? How do you mean saved? You mean if I stay a Christian? If you stay a sincere Christian, you can't be held responsible if you're a Christian and you're a Christian in your heart and you really believe it. That Reverend is lying is the one that's responsible. He's the synagogue of Satan. He's the false preacher of Revelation that will be cast in the lake of fire with the devil. Not you. Don't be worried about your relatives that stay in the Christian church and you say, my grandmother's a beautiful person, she never heard somebody she's going to help her, she don't believe the way I believe. That's not true. All these religions are number man-made philosophies and calculations. If her heart is good and she's sincere, leave her alone. Go on her church making her uncomfortable with right knowledge. She don't need that she's a good person, a good heart. No religion, no matter what religion is.
So you ask the question about here and not here?
If you're a Muslim and you believe that. If you're a Muslim and you believe that, but see what they say? As a man thinketh in his heart, they had to teach you about hell to make you want or want not to go there. If you did not know about hell, your soul couldn't take you there. Everything that happens to you, you make happen. When you get a cold, if you get tired of the cold, with all the medicine and pills, you say, I'm getting tired of the cold, I got to get to work, that cold gets out of you. That's why Jesus he was healed by the hem of his garment. He didn't heal her, she did it herself. He was telling you the power of all the power of God is where? I breathed into you the breath of spirit, you became God is in you, you got the power to do anything. Go ahead. You got more? Okay. Oh, you go.
If we're the ones who will be judging our ancestors, what's the criteria?
You're going to be judging yourself. Because no one knows what you do better than you. You will not be judged for your sins. You will be judged by your sins. Your ancestors are you, because now it's permanent. Here's what I mean by that. Remember back when you was a kid into your room, how fast did it take you to get back there? And it became now, the moment you reach there, now. Only you retain the image. We all are now sharing the image. You follow that? So now exists futuristic and past right now. So we are our ancestors. You are your ancestors. How otherwise you couldn't be here. You are your genes. And the gene pool, it goes back from ancestors. We are subtotal of all the chemistry of our ancestry. We will be judged as a species, not as an individual. All of us, we make up ancestry. All of us are responsible for each other. Yes, you are your brother's keeper. Remember that question before? Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you were your brother's keeper. You are responsible for your brothers and sisters to help them. And not merely your brothers and sisters, by that I don't mean blacks. I mean your brothers and sisters, I mean humanity. You are responsible for everybody. Black, white, enemy, hate, anybody who hates you, you still are responsible for all humanity. Because if you get as malicious and as mean as they are, then you become the devil.